Let's Clean a Record, we don't just clean records. We will clean, restore, and protect any aspect of the music reproduction system if it serves the music. Of course, it's not uncommon to clean interconnect cables, the RCA or XLR cables that you'll use. There are a lot of products out there to do that, and we'll probably do a video on that at some point in the future. Ditto for speaker cables. But today we're going to focus on mains cables, power cables. We're talking about not necessarily cleaning, but actually polishing the metal pins. And we use a metal polish to do that. In this case, Flitz, F-L-I-T-Z. This is a metal polish that is really designed for boats. You can find this certainly in a marine type retail store, but I also think the Home Depots and Lowe's of the world would carry them now as well. It's a good quality metal polish. It's not too abrasive, but you can use it to really get a nice smooth finish on the pins, and it really does make a difference. It's almost like removing a wet blanket from your speakers. A lot more clarity will come through. It's instantly recognizable. Actually, one of the biggest improvements, one of the most significant tweaks that I can think of is keeping those pins polished. So there's a couple of ways to approach it. You can use simple cotton swabs, Q-tips, and that will work. There's no problem using that. You go through a lot of Q-tips. It will continually discolor the Q-tips as you wipe it on and wipe it off, but that process will have a beneficial effect. We're going to try to take it to the next level, though, and use a Dremel tool with a soft pad and actually apply that to the metal pins and see if we can get it even smoother than the sort of manual approach with Q-tips. There's something else to keep in mind. If you have this sort of plug that can be taken apart, probably makes sense to do so. Then you can take each pin individually and put it into a vise, or we're going to use just a clamping pliers to hold it, and then use the Dremel tool on that. You can also do it, though, if you have this sort of plug. This plug may look cheap, but this is actually from Shindo Labs out of Japan. Very good quality plug. This is more sealed, if you will, in a plastic case. Cannot be taken apart without destroying it. But you can still use this. You can still use the Flitz or whatever metal polish you prefer. So we're going to actually apply this to both. We'll give it a before and after listen, tell you what it sounds like, what the improvement is. But I have done this before. It is a heck of an improvement. But we'll also show you close-ups with the electronic microscope so you can see for yourself what a unpolished pin looks like, what one looks like that's been polished with just cotton swabs or Q-tips, and then what it looks like once you take the Dremel to it. All right, let's get to it. Final thoughts on our little experiment here with the mains cables. So we did a little A/B testing. We listened to a cable where the pins had not been polished, high quality, but no polishing whatsoever. And then we listened to it with those same pins polished with a Q-tip, basically. And the difference was dramatic. We also then tested a version where it had been cleaned with Q-tips and one with the Dremel tool. Frankly, I could tell no difference between the two. I think the Dremel tool is a faster process, but then you kind of have to take into account taking apart and reassembling the plug. If you use a Dremel tool, whether you've taken apart anything or not, I urge you to be careful. The spinning metal bits on those, if they touch any part of it, it's going to do some damage to the plugs. Whatever you do, boys, I highly recommend that you polish your pins. Definitely an audible improvement for sure. See you at the next one.